Alright. Let's get this recording going. Alright. Gonna make sure everything's running well. Yeah, we're good. Alright. So, I decided that I'd take us from the forest and just immediately move on to this next area. We're gonna fight this guy. His name is Rol-Qayin. Rol-Qayin, I think. His achievement's really straightforward. You've seen me do it a bunch. Straightforward entirely. The achievement's called Come At Me Bro, and you have to beat the guy in under 5 seconds. So basically just get the first shot in. Let's do it. I hadn't missed that in such a long time. Oh, am I shooting too early? I haven't done this on PC in a long time, since I played the main series game. Let's try this again. Am I shooting too... This has never happened before. This is so embarrassing. It's bugging me that I've done that flawlessly every single time since I first learned the technique. But now that I'm on PC, now that I'm doing it for the achievement specifically, all of a sudden I'm messing up consistently. We're gonna move on. I hope this won't affect this play either. This guy's called Rol-Qayin. It's the same, sorry, Mol, M-O-L. Same thing except it's an M. Yep. I messed this one up somehow. So the achievement's called Bomberman, and you basically have to have the Titan Rol-Qayin, Mol-Qayin, sorry, drop a bomb on itself, which I did in the main playthrough. So it's you'll kind of notice that they all have the same name, all three enemies in this temple, this area, because the last guy's name is Gol-Qayin. It's the same thing except it's a G at the beginning. So I called him Roller, which is roll. I called this one Molten, and then I called the guy we're going to go up to, I just call him Crusher, because there's already a guy named Goliath, so it's kind of counterintuitive. Kill me. That's embarrassing, how I missed that shot. It was directly on him, but I think the animation of Molten just exploding caused the character to just be invulnerable. There's no other way to explain that. There was no way I should have missed that shot normally. Yeah, Mol's giving me issues today. So this is Molten. The guy we just fought is Roller, just to clarify. That's what I called him anyways. And the last guy is called Crusher, because it makes sense. Molten's usually the one to give me the most issues in this map, even though Crusher's the harder one. I went too early. I think some people think that Molten is a girl because of the pink gem, the pink crystal in her, on the top of her head, will make it like a bow sort of, which I think is what the developers went for. But everyone calls him a he anyways, because all Titans are he's apparently. Okay, I didn't miss that one at least. That's good. This playthrough's been the most bizarre playthrough, especially since I'm focusing on the achievements themselves instead of just, you know, just having fun, I guess, or playing it normally. Alright, we're gonna fight Crusher now, and the achievement's called Leak Spin, which is basically where you hit him while he's spinning, which I've already shown off multiple times. The way to actually make him spin, though, is cause him to turn around 3 times. So what happens is when you go behind him, he'll do that swerve thing that usually killed me during the main playthrough. And when you do that 3 times, he'll become extremely aggressive. I learned this during my PS4 playthrough back home. And when he starts spinning, that's when you hit him, because that's how the achievement gets unlocked. And it's actually easier to hit him when he's spinning. And there's no real reason why that is, it just is. Yeah, so I call this guy Crusher. This was the easiest time I fought Crusher, because I actually forced him to spin, because I actually learned how in between the main playthrough and this playthrough. So that's nice. I feel off about this playthrough right now, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go to the mountain, so I'm gonna cut at this point, and then I'll see you guys when I actually get to the top of the mountain, which is through this elevator. Alright, we're here. It only took me like 10 seconds, but I'm gonna cut that out anyways. So these achievements are some of the harder ones if you don't know how to play, if you don't know how to do this. That's why I saved them sort of for last. First, we're gonna fight the snake water snake, which is called Onyxia. And I'm gonna call it a her because Onyxia sounds like a female name. And she has a very elaborate achievement associated with the pillars that you walk on to shoot her. The achievement is actually kind of interesting too because of how the setup goes. But it's pretty much have Onyxia destroy all the pillars on the map. And how it works is Onyxia does her jumping attack, which will destroy one pillar, or two if you're lucky. And she'll go in sets of 3, so she'll jump 3 times, so you can get her to destroy all 3, that's great. Then she'll use a lightning attack, which will bring down 2 pillars. But seeing as she does 3 jump attacks, you can systematically get 1 removed every round that she like resets her attack. It's hard to, if you don't get what I'm saying, I'm gonna do it right now. It'll make sense when you watch. Onyxia is pretty fun to fight too. Oh wow, that was actually great RNG. She just destroyed 2 of them. Of course I messed it up. I wasn't actually holding the controller correctly. That's my fault. So the thing about it is you don't actually have to beat Onyxia after getting rid of all the pillars, because it's actually impossible to beat her when that happens. You just have to just destroy all the pillars, because she'll kill you with the lightning attack, which strikes the water. She might do her lightning attack now, actually. We'll see. Nope, she's gonna do it right now. See, she only brought down 2 pillars. So the music's actually really good for this boss fight. Uh-oh, that's bad. Alright, so basically I'm going to fast forward during this part, because it takes a long time for her to surface every time to attack. See how the developers knew what they were doing with this achievement. She'll always leap 3 times and then destroy 2 pillars. And then 2 pillars will respawn, sorry. But she only leaps 3 times regardless of how many pillars she destroys. She's very pattern-centered. Alright, this is gonna have to go one more complete set before we get all the pillars. Alright, achievement unlocked, called Titanic, and now she's gonna kill me because I can't attack her. Alright, yeah, so you don't have to actually beat Onyxia. The achievement doesn't call for that because it knows that you can't actually shoot her when you're in the water. So it's like, just get rid of the pillars, you're good. Achievement over. So now we're gonna defeat her really quick. Just to get her out of the way, honestly. Alright, achievement done, and I'm going to show you, I think I showed you this during the main playthrough, but this is called the Death Warp. Okay, so basically, Nyxia's body is still a solid object, but it can still damage you and kill you. But if you pull the soul out when you grab, before her body sinks completely, it'll kill you, but you'll still have the soul collecting process, which means you earn the soul. It's just basically a funny way of getting through that faster. Speedrunners do it to get out of there faster, like 5 seconds or so. Alright, we're gonna beat Yeti now, and the achievement is called, I think it's called defeating the Yeti or something, actually, beating the Yeti. And it's beating him in 10 seconds, which is kind of dumb, but it makes this whole lot easier. Did I say easier? I meant... Whatever, you know what I meant. Yeti's still extremely aggressive, like the third most aggressive boss in the game, I argue. But, how he works is that you just have to shoot him and kill him within 10 seconds of the fight starting. It's also important to realize that Yeti will do 3 rolling attacks and will pause it for extremely long time after the third one, leaving him wide open. But I like to kill him during the first one because I just find it funnier. But yeah, this guy's pretty much a pain. Yep. There's the achievement. And we're done here. And now I saved the best one for, well, the best one out of the main ones for last, except for the final bosses, obviously the last 2. This guy's name is Stratus, and his achievement's really tough. It's basically, you to beat him, you have to knock out one of his teeth with one of the ice rays, and then hit that space in between his teeth that you just opened up. But this one requires you to knock out all of his teeth with ice rays and then kill him, which is extraordinarily difficult because he'll start bobbing up and down for air instead of staying up stationary. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So what happens is his bobbing up is actually timed by an extreme by a certain number, and he'll bob up at certain counter intervals, and those will normally those will pretty much look like they're not in time with his hands coming from shooting ice lasers, but there's a very specific timing to it. And there's basically 2 distances you have to be when the ice laser pops up where you are. So the ice laser will follow you, and you either have to be medium range, where the ice laser will pop up here and shoot this way, or long range, which is back here. And the timing, the difference for that is like a second for how long the laser takes to reach the guy, Stratus here. And that timing is crucial, because that actually means whether or not you hit him. But the first one you get is a free shot, because Stratus just stays up the entire time. And then this time you can't do anything, because he's just kind of sitting there. I think the timing might be off slightly for PC. Yeah, so that would hit him, because he was at long range there. And that one was medium range, so that hit his tooth. And then you gotta wait another bit. I think long actually works this time. Yeah, it would have worked actually, it would have hit him. Alright, here we go. Stratus also breathes really heavily, which will knock you away from him, and that gets really annoying. And it killed me. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to do this one, because Stratus is a piece of work, and you basically have to count out the times that he bobs up for air. And if you're any closer than the medium range I discussed, he's going to knock you back, so you have to be ready to roll to counteract his breath, so you can actually be in line with where you need to hit him. This is all like super precise for a bot that's otherwise just annoying and super simple to beat. This achievement is like the harder of the most of them. So the first 2 that after you hit him the first time will always miss because of how infrequent the hands come up. And then that one will hit, but then I got stuck behind the ice layer. I'm gonna fast forward at this point unless I have anything more important to say, which I knowing me, I won't. Oh, it was medium range, that's right. Garbage. Oh! It was targeting my dead body, which was in front of the hand, so it shot its tooth out. That's awesome. I think it did that before as well. That's so funny. Stratus is such an idiot. Ugh. Come on. It's important to recognize that there are, between hits, there are intervals of like 2, where the hand coming up and Stratus breathing for air are like exact opposites, so that you will never get a setup for that. You have to like 2 whole sets of the hands coming up in order for Stratus to come up for air at the same time. Also, aiming for the middle tooth is kind of tough, because that kind of makes it that you have to aim for the sides in the future, which is really tough. This is why I hate Stratus so much. His achievement is so bullcrap. It's like the only legitimately challenging one of the main Titans, not the final Titans, though. Come on, I got stuck between his fucking tooth and his mouth. What the hell? So garbage. Piece of garbage, Stratus. I hate you. That's why no one likes you as a boss. You're so dumb, but then your achievement is so tough. There's like no middle ground for you either. Are you serious? That's just shameful, Stratus. I forgot to mention that there's this very rare animation kind of thing where if you get knocked back into a wall, that game carries the momentum for you, so you die just from knockback alone. Ignoring the fact that that's kind of convoluted because of the fact that you always get knocked back in this game from like other enemies and fights and everything, but if you get knocked back by an attack, of certain attacks, or certain hits, and you hit a wall because of it, you die. That's such garbage. That's why I hate Stratus. Okay. The achievement's called Dental Plan, and I hate Stratus with every fiber of my being because of how obnoxious he is. You know, I already know how tough the final two achievements are going to be, Titan-based achievements. Fighting the giant with the lasers, Gol-Set is his name, and then fighting the Titan Soul himself. Those are going to be obnoxiously hard, so I'm going to go up there, I'm going to try him out. I'm going to stop recording for right now. I'm going to get up there later, I'm going to try him out, and if I can do them in this episode, I'll be happy. If I can't do them in this episode, I might do a part 3 depending on how long it takes me, but yeah, I think just part 1 and 2 should be fine for this. No part 3, because that's just fluffing out a series that doesn't need to be fluffed out. This game doesn't deserve to be fluffed out. I'm gonna step the next fight, and then I'll come back to record this in a little bit. I need a break. Okay, so I'm going to explain what the achievement is, because it is just unfair. This guy's name is Gol-Set, and his achievement is that you gotta take his fists that hit the buttons to open up his weak spot, and you gotta place that fist on the opposite button. And the setup for that is so ludicrously precise. It gives me a migraine. This is by far the hardest Titan-based achievement to get, not even counting Stratus or the Titan Soul. Gol-Set, Gol-Set, is the hardest Titan-based achievement to grab. And I'm going to show you a little something interesting before I set the fight up, and that's the fact that Gol-Set has an... Oh, never mind. Just kill me. I was going to say... Gol-Set has an activation square on his on the game, meaning that you have to go a certain distance into the battle before he starts fighting, and it's like around here. You can just be fine. As long as you don't get too close, he won't activate. I'm gonna just turn this off for now, stop recording, and I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. I'll be right back. For you, it'll be like 5 seconds. For me, it'll be like 2 hours. Alright, so I'm gonna test it out. Okay, so I'm going to explain that I watched a run through of this because I got it on the PS4 by myself, but I watched a playthrough of this on yeah, just kill me. I watched a playthrough of this on YouTube. And I'm gonna put a link in the description below because it's a really good video, 40 seconds long, but it shows everything you need to know. Issue being that I'm just going too fast right now. So like I explained before, it's been like 2 hours, so that's why I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. Wow, I'm going too fast apparently. Way too fast. Alright, that's the achievement. It's called the switch, and you just saw it happen. I want to see if I can squeeze myself in here. There's a 1 pixel squeeze in. I think it's the right side, maybe. Where you can get yourself behind here before, Nah, I'm not gonna get it, it's fine. So question 1, is that cheating? Yes, it is. Question 2, do I care? That is a big fat no. You guys get to enjoy the content, and I'm still gonna give the link in description if you're interested in watching 40 seconds of someone else do it more cleanly. Now excuse me for a minute while I go activate the Titan Soul, and then I'll show you the next achievement, which is by far the most bizarrely complicated one. Alright, so the achievement's called Clash of the Titans, and it's very complicatedly described, but it's very blandly described. You have to knock yourself out during the fight against the Titan, and there's only one way to do that, and that's to have the Titan shoot your arrow at you, while you pull back his arrow, and they both collide near you, so that you get knocked out. You don't have to die, but dying will happen, more than likely. It's a very bizarrely complicated shtick, and it's even more difficult to actually pull off. So I don't have to, it's important to recognize I don't have to defeat the Titan Soul to do this achievement. This, so to put it blandly, there's no real way to trick the arrows into hitting each other just naturally, at least to my knowledge. I haven't done a lot of research into it. It's more luck-based, and we're gonna keep attempting it until I do it. Ugh. Come on. That would be cool. Another thing to mention is that you can get the achievement while you're dead, which is how I got the achievement. The souls collided with each other when I was already dead. I've done this achievement technically twice, and I still don't understand how it works. This doesn't make any... Okay, so it's also, I mean, I mentioned this before, but I have to clarify that the arrow has to be launched by the enemy. You can't launch it yourself and have them clash, because the game won't, you won't be knocked back by it for some reason. It has to be his launch, he has to launch your arrow and his own arrow. Yeah, this game never tries to clarify what the achievement states, so it's a lot of trial and error. I'm gonna have to look this up, because I don't understand how to work this achievement. Alright, so I'm gonna try something out that's kind of ridiculously stupid. I almost got that, actually. There it is. Okay, so I didn't even use the guy that the person I followed used. It's the same person. The achievement's actually called the Collision of Souls, not Shadow of the Colossus or whatever called Clash of Titans. No, it's called the Collision of Souls. Alright, I got the achievement. Apparently, I don't know. I'm gonna go beat the Titan now normally. I'll be right back. Look, I did it a second and a third time. The second time right there was actually the achievement again, if I was, you know, if I hadn't unlocked it already. Yeah, that's manipulation, alright. Let's go, boys. Boy. Alright, we're done with this. Cut the cutscene, cut the cutscene. Out of here. Out of here. I don't care. No. No. I guess we're watching it again for like the third time. It's only like 5 seconds long anyways, but yeah, that's the those are the main achievements. Those are the Titan-based achievements. I can do more, and I might do more later. But I'm not doing Truth, because Truth doesn't... Truth I did during the main gameplay, and it's basically just beating Truth. So there's not an achievement specifically related to the Titan, unlike the rest of them, who are pieces of garbage still. But at least I did it. I take pride in that. I did it. With a little bit of help, sure, but I still did it. That's it. And since this is over now and Truth Store is about to open, which I don't care about, There goes a little character on the top. Our little main character is just floating away now. And the door should open. Yep, that feels right. Also, I should mention that the door kind of freaked out the first time. It shouldn't have been automatically open when we started the game. Well, as soon as we beat all the bosses, it shouldn't have automatically opened. It should have done this little opening cutscene. I don't know why that was, but I let it slide and just didn't mention it at all. Alright, that's this for now. I'll probably do a no rolling challenge next, or a hard mode challenge next, because hard mode's fun. It's actually fun. And no rolling is painfully not fun, to put it in simple terms. And then there's 20-minute speedrun challenge, which I did in 1955 for the first time back home. But all that's another time. I beat it. I did the challenges I wanted to do. I'm rambling on. Take care, guys. Goodbye. And just have a good day.